Good evening and welcome to Let's Talk Shop with Russ. I'm trying to get it up over here on YouTube.
I don't see it yet.
Yeah, I don't see it yet either.
But
It's on Twitch.
see, I'm going to refresh. Oh, still not there. Waiting for Simply Win Creations. Hey, Bill's out there though.
Yep.
Nope, still not there. Donna's asking if anyone sees the show. There's Dixon.
Yeah, nothing on YouTube yet.
Yep. Nada.
Nope.
Nope.
I just refreshed.
Lynn said nope.
Well,
Refreshing again. Nope. Still nada.
I know I got it set up right.
I'm going to shut YouTube down and bring it back up again.
Simply Wooden Creations. Let's Talk Shop with Russ S10 E14. Ask Russ.
I'm on.
Going live.
Yeah.
Shut the YouTube down and bring it back up.
Yep, that's what I figured because that's what I had to do last time.
Yep. We'll do it to it. We'll spread the URL goodness around.
Yep. If you shut YouTube down and restart it, shut it totally down, even your Explorer or Chrome, and then bring it back up, it'll come back up.
If I do that, I get kicked out of here, though.
I can see it now.
Okay. I just deleted the tab, and it looks like you're live. Yes, live.
Live?
Yeah, I don't know why YouTube has such a hard time doing it because it immediately popped up on Facebook and Twitch. So I'm not sure why it has such a hard time. YouTube does.
Well, I'll put a message out there to let them know. Shut it all off and restart. You should be able
Yep, shut it and restart. You have to do that in order for you to see it.
Yep. Yeah, I got it.
Thank you, Chris. He solved it.
Yep. Very good.
I'm a big believer in reboots. So
Hello, Jim.
Yeah.
Jim's out there. Len's out there.
Yep. JJE's out there.
Some guy in the name of Old Cranky Workshop.
he's an ass.
But yeah, that's what you have to do is shut it down. I don't know why, because like I said, it popped up on Facebook and it popped up on YouTube immediately. So I'm not sure why YouTube's struggling so bad. But yes, we're gonna do shop talk, and people want to ask me. They all said let's interview Russ, so they want to ask me questions. So we'll do that. Let's go ahead and go through everybody. Donna, tell us where we can find you.
and take it off mute because I don't see a whole lot of people out there. I'm gonna have to restart. Donna Presley, Donna's Embroidery Plus, Donna's Wooden Art. You can catch me on Facebook. You can come to my house. If you're not scared of dogs, I might let you in.
Paul.
How do you follow that?
Yeah,
Paul
really.
Corliss, Paul's Messy Workshop. You can find me on YouTube and Instagram. And tomorrow at 3 o'clock real time,
2 o'clock
I will be at 2 o'clock Central. I will be watching good old Kilroy 79763 doing his stream, and you never know what he's going to be doing because he gets started doing one thing and then his mind goes boop, and it's a completely different thing.
Cool. Dixon.
Muted.
And he's muted.
You're muted, Dixon.
You're muted, Dixon.
I don't think you can hear us.
Yeah, I think he can. I think he's realized it. Look at that grin on his face. It looks like he's having technical issues. It's the button with the mic looking thing on it, Dixon. Do you know American Sign Language?
Here, hold on. I'm going to try it.
Okay.
Nope, I can't even unmute him.
Oh my goodness.
It says can't unmute guest because guest chose to mute himself. So, okay. So, Al, you were next.
Jim takes his place.
I know, but go ahead, Al.
All right. Al Forte, Odessa Woodworking Maker Shop. And the problem is I don't have it selected that I have a background. Can you see it there?
Yeah, we can see that. Yes.
Okay, yeah. I didn't tell the software because look at the shirt I'm wearing. Remember when I wore the shirt last time, it was really bad with the green screen.
Yeah.
I just realized that's the deal because I don't have it turned on. And Paul, thanks a lot for the mention about 2 p.m. Sunday tomorrow. And I asked Chris a question earlier, but he never answered. Did you ever get an SVG for the old cranky workshop?
No.
So I think that's what I'll do tomorrow. I'll clean up an SVG for you.
Okay.
I took it off of your intro video.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm working. It's kind of dirty, but we'll play through it.
Cool. Thank you.
Anyway,
I'll try to be there.
just for fun. Well, I'll stream here on YouTube. So
you're talking about you wanted an SVG of the saw?
Saw blade, yeah.
I thought I sent you one.
Nope. You and I have email problems together. So.
Yeah, I know we do. Well, let me check because I think I already got one made.
well, if you check, then I won't be able to. I mean, I'll be.
Well, I'm just telling you, I think I have already one made because I'm almost positive I got it made and I sent it to him, but I'll check.
There
I'll
goes
check.
Al's show tomorrow.
Yeah, there goes Al show.
He's got to
Thanks,
find.
Well,
something.
I mean, here's the thing: you can make one too, so he can choose.
Compare.
So, anyway, so Chris, you're next.
Again, Chris here at the Old Cranky Workshop. Believe it or not, my two videos are approaching completion. But I decided to not work on them today. So. But they'll be out on YouTube eventually. And you'll find me on YouTube and Facebook. And that's about it.
Cool. And we're going to go over to Jim before I forget him. And you're
No, we can't hear Jim. Well, there we go.
I'm typing a snarky remark and okay, there we go. Jim Bashir's Driveway Workshop, and that's about it.
Okay, then we go Mary.
Mary Easley with Miss Mary's Embroidery and Crafts. So find me on Facebook.
On Facebook. And then Dixon.
Dixon Hoffman, you can find me on Facebook, YouTube, and Hoffman Signs and Decals.
Great. And you can find me everywhere under Simply Wooden Creations. So, last weekend I was sorry about that, but we had a death in the family. Our Nancy's her husband passed away, and it was her children's grandmother. So just to let you know. And then we turn around and find out that my brother-in-law has a widowmaker, and come to find out Dixon had the same thing. Last year or this year? Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah, last year in June. Yeah.
Yeah. He had the same thing. Anyway, it's the main artery that supplies the actual heart with blood, and it gets clogged up. And the reason they call it the widowmaker is because you're standing there and just die. Boom. Fall over dead. So, but he found out that he had that also, and they are working. Actually, they've already put 2 stents in, and they're going in to do some more work here in the next week or so. So it's like every time we turn around, there's something going on in this family. It's like, wow. But once again, that's when you have such a big, huge family. I guess that's the way it is. But anyway, but that's what was going on. So I guess before I forget this, I want to bring it up to Mary. Mary, you were talking about the lasers. One of the things you can also do is it's called, you know what borax is? 20 mule team borax?
Yes.
You can take that and mix it with water and put it on the wood. Now, you can't stain the wood, but let's say that I have a piece of wood that I really like. Or I'll give you an example, a cutting board. A cutting board is really hard to laser because bamboo has such different, they put it in layers that some of it burns dark and some of it don't. But you put this borax in the water and you put it on with a paintbrush just like you were painting it. You let it dry for like 24 hours and then you laser it, and it will make your laser engraving darker than it normally would be.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Good.
But like I said, you can't stain the wood or anything. It has to be like if you want to leave the wood natural, then that's what you can do. I did it on some cutting boards and some Baltic birch plywood, and it worked great. I mean, you could do a piece of Baltic birch without and a piece with, and it was like day and night.
Wow.
So
okay, good.
That's another thing.
Borax is more efficient at absorbing the light and thus
right.
less reflected, and more heat is transferred in the wood, and it can be used to give you darker images at lower power and higher speeds. Mary, you were or both actually, you were asking about that.
Right.
Which should show more contrast.
But another thing is, and I think Al or somebody said this before, but if you're going to really be serious about laser work, and whatever piece of wood you're going to use, like the type of wood, you need to actually. Oh, who was it disappeared? You need to do an experiment on it and do a speed and wattage test on it to see what works best.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. I did it on all my wood that I was using at the time, and you make a pattern up, and it will.
In Lightburn, they have test, and you can change the settings.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. Well,
I've only had this thing like 6 weeks, so I'm learning.
The fun has begun.
Yeah, the fun has begun. It's really not that hard, but the thing about it is, if you're engraving, especially, you need to do the test so that you can see what speed and what power you need to be at. And yes, you said about DPI. Yes, dots per inch does make a difference also. Dixon's got
those charts right there.
Yeah.
This is your best test. You throw that on any piece of wood and it'll tell you exactly what you want to use for cutting or for engraving, how dark you want it.
That's a good one.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
So if you do this test on a piece of pine, you'll know every time what you want on pine. Just pick the numbers that you want for your settings, how dark you want it. Or
and that's on Thingiverse.
Right, which I have that from a 3D maker.
Yeah,
exactly.
All over, you can get them tests. Yep.
Yep.
But I didn't think to go look there, so now I know.
Yeah. Well, Thingiverse has some laser stuff, 3D printing stuff. It has several different things. Yeah.
Okay.
That's there on Thingiverse. So, yep. But yes, that's what you need to do, because that's what I was playing around with it and discovered that I was like, man, I'm wasting wood. And then somebody told me, and I don't remember who it was, I need to do that test, and I did it, and then that made all the difference in the world. So what I do is now I keep each piece of wood with the test, so I can remember it. I wrote the settings down, but I kept the wood too, so just in case anything happens, I can go back and look at it and see just in case I lose the settings. Go hold it up again, Dixon.
Yeah, bamboo is awesome for engraving, but here's what you get when you get different colors. That's the same setting, and look at the difference in the burning.
Right.
Because the bamboo is different.
Yep. Because there's so many.
Borax?
No borax. This is what he was
okay.
explaining. What you get if you don't use borax.
Right.
That's the same setting, and look how much darker it is because the wood grain is different. Bamboo
Yeah.
is a blast to laser, but you get different. There's
Yeah.
such different colors.
Yeah, that it's actually they say it's one of the worst exit solo layout worst ones to try to engrave on because of the fact it's such. See, as he's holding up, see how all the layers.
Yeah, you can see the different colors there.
Yes, so each one of those is going to take the laser differently.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, if you're using a solid piece of mahogany or a solid piece of oak or a Baltic birch plywood, you know, it's going to be different there. It's pretty well going to be the same all the way across. But I'll tell you another thing that you'll run into also. I was doing some pine, and on pine, you will see those you'll see the white spots, but you'll see the lines in the pine. Well, those lines are actually grain lines, and it'll actually burn the white part and leave the grain line standing. And it'll actually be like a 3D illusion looking because it's really weird.
The sap in the pine is what affects that too. The sap.
Yeah.
I think Donna's waiting to get in.
Okay. She's the one that dropped out.
Yep.
Oh,
all right, Donna, you're back. But yeah, you'll have a lot of fun playing with it. But the test that he showed you would be the best thing in the world for you to do on each piece of wood you want to use, because it'll tell you right off the bat what you're going to want.
Best setting.
Yeah, and it'll save you wood.
Well, it's like I've tried some of because Thunderbolt has some of the settings that you can bring into Lightburn. They have a library, and so most of them are spot on. It was like I noticed when I was cutting acrylic, they had it at 14, and I think I put it at 10. I had to drop it to 10, but after I dropped it to 10, and I did the glitter vinyl, and I mean the glitter. Let me get this up here. I did the glitter acrylic, and it cut perfect.
Yes,
it's like.
Yeah, and like I said, that's the reason they can tell you the settings, and somebody can tell you the settings they're using. But even lasers are different,
right?
So you can have 100 watt, and I can have 100 watt. It's the same laser, but your laser will burn a little differently than mine will.
Right.
You know, that glitter, you really want to make sure you've got your safety glasses on, because it can reflect off that glitter in that Lexan.
Well, and we left the masking. Some of them suggested taking it off, and some of them suggested leaving it on. Some of them suggested doing the thin layer of the Dawn soap. I haven't done that one yet. But I just left this masking on just like it came, and didn't have any issues.
I always, when I cut acrylic and left the masking on, just to protect it whenever it's laying on the bed, because if you lay it down onto the bed, it can scratch it.
Right. Yeah, 'cause mine has that honeycomb bed.
Yes, that's what I was looking for, the honeycomb. Yeah. So I always left it on, and it cut perfectly. So, but yeah, that's the best thing to do. So, and also experiment with the borax method. It'll shock you.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to pick some of that up tomorrow. Just check it out.
Yeah. Well, I heard about it, and I was in the grocery store, and I said, you know what? For the heck of it, what can it hurt? I'm gonna pick up. It was like $3 or $4 for a box of it. So I was like, what the heck, $3-4? So I got it, brought it home, and tried it. And like I said, I think you got to let it sit for 24 hours to make sure it dries really well.
Right.
And I tried it, and it was like, holy crap! There's a big difference in it. So,
night and day.
yeah. Yeah, it was a big difference. So
And then if you ever engrave on acrylic, you don't want to engrave on the front. This is engraved in reverse on the back.
yeah, you want to.
Now,
That's the way it comes out. That way it comes out a lot better.
Yes.
I've done that on one of Katie Devlin has some classes and stuff, and I know Katie, and so I was watching some of her stuff, and that's what we did on the keychains, and so we made some keychains, and we did it from the back.
Yep.
So that's yeah, this is fun.
Is that a CO2 laser or a diode laser, Dixon?
CO2.
Yeah,
This
Hertz
one
is a
was done
CO2.
on one of the. This one wasn't done on my CO2. This was done on the first time they came out with a laser on Amazon, one of them cheapos. So it worked pretty good, but you know,
That was me. I bought the when I first started. I bought the Ortour 20 watt, which we already know that it wasn't really 20 watts. It's only like a 5 watt or whatever. But anyway, for like it was only like $169 or whatever, and I bought it just to experiment with it to see if I liked it. But I fell in love with it, man. I still have that little Ortour today. I got it set up to burn cups.
Yeah, that's a pretty good laser, though. I had one like a long time ago, and here's the problem: you can't see it, but now I'll show it to you. When you don't have enough wattage, see the shadow on every letter?
Oh yeah.
See, there's a shadow. You can't see it until I point it out.
Yeah,
because it was a cheapo laser. There's a shadow around every letter.
Now that's done with a CO2 laser.
No, that's done with a cheap diode that I bought years ago.
Jen, you just put tape on it and.
Yes, and you still got the shadow because it was a cheap. They first came out with lasers. I bought when it was like $100 and some, but they were only 2 watts.
Yeah,
and it was no good. It did the job on small stuff, but
and that's another thing. That little Ortour, it don't cut very good, but it engraves great. For a little diode laser, man, or not engraves, but engraved burn. Yeah, it burns great, but it's not enough power to really cut. Now it'll cut acrylic and it'll cut thin wood. If you got something thinner than they make, like a 1/32, which is like actually what do you call it for
veneer?
That's veneer. Yeah, it'll cut veneer. But it struggles.
Is top of the line not too long ago. That one that you have was
was
not too long ago.
Yeah. I kept it.
Cheapos.
Matter of fact, I think my son wanted it, and I said, no, I got it set up for cups because it'll burn the paint off of the cups. It'll like your what's the name of some of the brands of cup, like a DeWalt cup or any of your painted cups?
Yeti.
Yeah, Yeti. It'll burn the paint right off of it, just as pretty as can be. So I bought the roller for it, and I set it up for the cups because it was a pain changing the big 100 watt. Put the rotor in there and you use it, and then you need to engrave something or cut something. Now you got to take the rotor out, then you got to change the settings on it. And I was just like, this is a pain. So I tried it on the Ortour, and I was like, holy crap, it works. So I just set that one up for cups.
There you go.
I put a 10 watt head on mine, and it cuts 1/4 inch plywood. You got to go kind of slow, but it'll cut it.
Oh yeah, they got 4 or 5 lasers stacked up inside that module, hitting.
The newer ones like the 20, they got 40 watt heads for those things.
Yeah.
Now the big lasers, the CO2s, exaggerating the cone on the bottom is that wide. That's why you get with the diode ones, you get a lot accurate, finer cut because it shrinks the cone down when it cuts through. That's why they engrave so good.
Yes.
Yep.
The more power,
All right,
the
so
bigger that cone is.
Al posted something out there pretty interesting. Borax is an carcinogen and can be harmful if inhaled. Short-term consumption of borax can cause stomach irritation. Don't eat it. Vomiting, diarrhea. Repeated or prolonged exposure may pose health risks. Well, I don't worry about it because I have a very big uh, exhaust fan on my CO2. I can't even hardly smell this burning in my shop because it's such a powerful. I bought like a bigger one than I really needed. It's actually a grow fan for marijuana.
Oh,
But it's
if
one
you
of those.
always if you give up the laser, you always can fall back.
Yeah,
on
I
it.
can always grow some marijuana.
A grow room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's one of those. It's a cylindrical. It's a squirrel cage, but it's one of those. It looks like a football, or you know what I'm saying, it's oval shape. Yeah, and it's using a 6-inch hose.
Yep,
So,
that's the same as mine.
yeah,
And you're right. I've got the little booklet that shows you how
Yeah,
to use it in the grow room.
Yes, it shows you how to use it in the grow room. I was like, holy
Got
crap!
a funny story. I went into a customer one time that makes automated. You know, when you go to the doctor's office and they have their shelving units, they either spin the wheel and the whole unit moves, and they've got like 5 or 6 of them right next to it. Well, they make stuff similar to that. And the guy goes, "This is our biggest seller over here." And it was automated marijuana growing racks.
Wow. Wow.
He said,
What do
"We
you
cannot
put in it?"
make enough of these things right now. There's just tons of them."
Yeah.
Honeycomb be my baby, honeycomb be my own.
All right, whose phone's going off?
Lynn says Russ can't smell it, but his neighbors always wonder what is that smell and where's it coming from.
Hey, there's a song like that.
Is it? I've never heard of it.
Ooh,
But
that's
no, Lynn, my neighbors are not close enough, so I've never had a complaint. I've had the laser for 3 years now, so I've never had a complaint. So now I will tell you this much: if I go outside the shop, I've smelled it. I have smelled
Really?
especially if I'm cutting acrylic or whatever. Yeah, if I go outside, my shop is sealed really good. I built it, and it's that way I can have air conditioning and heat in there. It's I have like during the summertime when it gets really really humid, I have a dehumidifier in there too. But it's AC dehumidifier heater, but I can't smell it inside the shop. But sometimes when I come outside to go to the house to go to the bathroom, I'll go, oh yeah, I can smell that stuff now.
I've been lucky so far with this boat.
Just to
Gotta go out the window, so it's fine.
Yeah.
What are you smelling outside?
I was smelling when I was burning the laser. I was smelling the acrylic stuff outside when I walked outside.
All right. Last we were talking about was fans. So
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. The exhaust fan was taking it from the inside of the laser and throwing it outside, and I ran the actual end of the hose out away from the shop. So I put a piece of stainless steel pipe on it and ran it away from the shop so it would get it a little bit further away because I didn't want fumes coming back in the shop, maybe through the attic openings or whatever. So, but when I would go the house to the bathroom, I would open the door and walk out, and I could smell the acrylic or the wood that I was engraving. I could smell it.
Yeah.
So I knew the fan was working great because it was going outside. It wasn't inside. And if you forget to turn your fan on, that inside of the case of that laser fills up full of smoke real quick. Don't ask me how I know that.
You guys we're talking about borax, just for an FYI for out in the audience. Did you ever mix these three together?
Nope.
If you mix them three together, that'll equal the same amount as like 25 bottles of detergent for laundry cleaning. You take 1 tablespoon of this powdered stuff and you shred up that block of soap and use 1 tablespoon for a load of wash.
Really?
Yeah, we made an ice cream. You got to shred that bar up. Do you know them crystals you get that are so strong? That's what that's what that block is. It's pink and it's solid, and you shred that up like cheese, and you mix it with the other 2 ingredients, and it's so potent you only need a tablespoon in your laundry.
Wow.
In
Wow.
one load.
Wow.
Okay, so do we have any questions out there in the chat as far as woodworking questions? I'll try to answer them, and then if I can't, some of the others might answer. A laser or any other questions? We got Mary. You leaving, Paul? Bye, Paul.
Yep. Okay.
Have a
See
good
you
one.
later, everybody.
Bye.
See you, Paul.
Bye.
But we got Mary and Don on here for sewing and embroidering experts. So y'all have any questions? You said you wanted to ask me.
No, when I was asking y'all earlier about the laser stuff and about it being darker, because this is the first one I made. Hang on, let me get this. It's 3 pieces, and
Okay.
you can't hardly see it. And then the second piece, because it's a money holder for a graduation gift.
Right.
Oh, cool.
And so I asked y'all that, then I made this one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
And then that's when I told you I messaged and said I was going. Hang on, I'll hold it back up.
Yep.
But
Oh, yeah, that looks good.
yeah, it turned out. And then I've cut the acrylic out. I just haven't attached it yet.
There you
Oh,
go.
that looks
See?
really good.
You got
Okay.
the settings. You got them dialed in.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no kidding.
But my point being is you don't have to waste wood if you do that test.
Yes.
It'll tell you right off the bat. Then you'll know.
It's like, yeah. So I've been playing with it. So like I've done some of the leather. And
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. That looks good.
So
Are you
I've
ready to get a
played.
scroll saw?
What, Donna?
Are you ready to get a scroll saw?
No. Well, let me see if I can get the glare off this.
The-
This is where I was telling him I did do and I've got 2 of these put together. So
Yeah, we can somewhat see it, but yeah.
let's see if there we go.
Oh, yeah.
That looks nice.
Yeah. That
So
looks nice.
and I put the 2 together and I mirrored both
Right.
of those. So
Looks
trying to
good.
get out that line.
Oh, you'll have a lot of fun.
Oh,
Matter of fact, I haven't messed with my laser in a while. I need to get off my butt and
Now that's
do it.
all I want to do.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's addictive. Yeah.
yeah, it is.
I have to deliver a chenille machine tomorrow, and I'm like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife, when I first got my laser, like I would wake up a little earlier than her, and make the coffee and get a cup and go out to the shop and be cutting on the laser. And she was like, when I woke up, you were nowhere around. I couldn't find you.
Where'd it go?
Yeah, where were you? I said, I'm out in the shop cutting stuff on my laser.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to learn and a lot to, but it's fun because I only cut that out twice.
Yeah. Now, you said you're using Lightburn, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the best program there is for a laser. Let me tell you, that is a fantastic program.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wasn't.
for what it does, it's pretty cheap. You know.
Yeah,
Yes.
What you pay
exactly.
for it.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it's a heck of a lot
$2?
cheaper than the embroidery program y'all had me buy.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
But that's
Hat-
the best one.
Hatch.
Yeah.
Hatch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hatch. Nana just had to buy Hatch. She decided to give up her Genome software.
Digitizer. Yeah.
Yeah.
If she needs any help with it, she can always holler. I've been
All right.
using that for. I
Yeah.
started off with the Genome digitizer, and then I went to Wilcom Hatch.
Yeah, she came over and said, "Man, I think she said I did an applique, just poof, and it was done,
Yeah,
or something like that." Yeah,
Very
Yeah.
user friendly.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
very user friendly, and I mean everything. You don't have to go and highlight something to see what it is. It tells you what it is.
Yeah.
So,
And they have tons of when you buy it, you get access to tons of videos on how to do things.
Oh yeah.
that are free.
Yeah.
And then there's tons of videos on YouTube also.
Yes.
So
you can. It's easy. Donna and I are self-taught, so we taught ourselves with that. And it's like I think I did John Deere's, which he does embroidery, not the tractor. I did it. I think his first 2 sets of video training, and I never had time to do the others. I have them, but I've never done them.
yeah.
But I do my own digitizing and everything else. So, because customers come to you and they're like, "Oh, well, I have my file. It's a picture. That's not a file."
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll come to me and I go, okay, let me check on something and I'll let you know. And I call Mary, hey, can you make this?
That's what she does.
I do. I don't care to digitize. I
She'll
will.
do her basics.
It's to me, it wasn't that hard because I've been using Corel Draw to make all my patterns for scroll saw all these years.
Right. So you understand.
Yes. And then I learned how to do 3D printing. So, between everything I've used, when I picked up, it didn't take me 30 minutes to be able to do my first digitizing and have it on the machine and was going away.
Right. And that's what I tell everybody. It's just so user friendly. It's like,
it is.
It's easy. You can bring a picture in there. Don't do the auto. Do not do auto.
I tried that. Oh man.
Yeah.
It's
now the auto does work if you like.
It does
for instance,
if you've got a really good SVG or PNG.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I did some I already had some SVGs like of Simply Wooden Creations, and I took it in there and had it auto digitize those, and it worked great.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yes.
But when they bring you in there in this thing that's got 16 colors and
right,
you're just like,
yeah, it has a hard time distinguishing.
Yes, it's got to be set correctly and in the right order. So, are you going to have something over something that should have been under something or whatnot?
Yes.
Yeah, but for the most part, it's very.
Heirloom Game Call said something I really learned is digitizing. Are you talking about because we're talking about digitizing for embroidery. So is that what you're talking about too?
I'm going to guess no, by the way. I'm going to guess.
Yeah, I don't know what he wants to digitize.
Like images into.
I think he's talking about vectorizing.
Yeah,
exactly. Vector graphics.
Into paths.
There's a difference.
No, sir. No.
CNC, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, he's wanting to learn digitizing as far as vector graphics. Yes.
Mm. Yeah.
Now, Corel Draw is very good at that.
Right.
That's what I use.
Lightburn is pretty good at it too.
Yeah, Lightburn is.
Yeah, Lightburn is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, for what you pay, that is top dog, because to get something to vectorize automatic, Lightburn is really up there because it's so cheap. Usually you got to pay $10,000 for a software and it'll vectorize anything perfect and you don't have to clean it up, but you got to pay a lot of money.
Right. No, I was actually impressed with Lightburn when I first got it.
And Lightburn as a CAD is closer to a CAD CAM program too. It's do your imaging, CADing, and everything, and it makes the G code.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Yeah, and at first, when I first got it, I was like, I gotta learn something else. But then I got in there, and I'm like, oh, well, this ain't bad.
Actually, I would recommend. I think they have. I don't know if you have Corel Draw, Heirloom Game Calls, but if you, I think they got you could download Corel Draw and use it for like 30 days or whatever to try it. Yeah, and you might want to try that. Inkscape is also a free program that you can get. Make sure you go to inkscape.com or inkscape.org, whatever it is, the real Inkscape site, because there's some trickery sites out there, and you'll get tricked into downloading some stuff that'll mess up your computer. So make sure you go to the
Right, to the
to the
That's
Inkscape site and download
It's
Inkscape.
inkscape.org, guys.
Yeah, I thought it was inkscape.org. But yes, but you can download that now. That is really, really similar to Corel Draw. I mean, the difference between Inkscape and Corel Draw is that Corel Draw is so much simpler, and it has a lot more bells and whistles than Inkscape does. Like it has, like if I want to make a clock, I can go in there and tell it to make lines every so many inches and whatever, and it'll automatically make all the lines for the clock and lay them out for me instantly, which Inkscape can't do that. So,
but you can in Corel Draw.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Inkscape is totally free, and it's a graphics software, and you can learn it quicker. And it's got some neat laser extensions and a couple other things you can download. But Corel Draw is so much more powerful.
Yeah. Well, what you could do is you could download Inkscape for free. You could play around with it and see if you like it and understand it. Because if you learn Inkscape, you can do Corel Draw. Then later on down the road, you can go, hey, you know what? I'm going to make us, because that's what I did. I started out with Inkscape, and then actually Steve Good taught me into getting Corel Draw. But I used Inkscape for a long time. And so if you learn it, then your next step and go into Corel Draw will be a lot easier. Russ Meadows is out there. He just got in here. So, hey, Russ. But I would definitely recommend if you want to try and learn how to vectorize photos and stuff like that, definitely go with Inkscape and try it because it's free.
I'll let my daughter do that.
Yeah.
VCarve Pro is a pretty good vectorizer.
VCarve, not only VCarve
Tracer.
Pro, yeah, Auto Tracer, and so is the one above that one, which I have.
Aspire.
You got the big one, Aspire?
Yeah, I have Aspire.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very good at that also, tracing.
Yeah, but it costs more than a house.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Aspire was, I don't even remember how much is Aspire.
A couple of thousand, isn't
It's
it?
up to 1,000, I think, or 1,200. VCarve, I think.
I don't think it's a couple of thousand. I think it's like around
1,200, I think. 1,000 to 1,200, somewhere in there.
Well, VCarve Pro is like $800, isn't it? $700?
700, yeah. If you're not going to use it, I wouldn't get the Aspire because that gets into 3-dimensional and all of that. And unless you're going to use it.
My Shapeoko comes with Carbide Create. I'm going to stick with that. It's free.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good, you know. It does everything I need it to do.
Right. The learning curve on that is really small. It's a
Aspire is $1,995.
Ooh, right. Way up.
I was $5 off. Sorry, I'm gonna leave.
You're right. You're right. It's cool.
I forgot how much.
Information.
I forgot how much it was. I bought it years ago.
When it wasn't that high.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think it was that high. I think it was down around. I was going to say 12 or 1,400, but
I thought it was
it's
too.
been, yeah. I think it's went up since I bought it. But the thing about it is, every so many years they do an upgrade, and you have to buy the upgrade. But it's not that expensive, and you don't have to buy it.
Right.
It's just if you want to, you know, the program will still work and everything.
Yeah.
It's just that it's an upgrade.
That's where Vectric came out on top. Is you don't have to be online. You can download the program, and it's right on your PC.
Yes, you don't have to be online.
It's not a monthly fee. That's what's cool about that. I have version 9, and they're already up to 11.
They have. You can get it for $83.13 a month. It's a payment plan. It's over 2 years. So for 2 years you pay $83.13 and you'll own it. So
that's
they didn't have
amazing.
that available when I bought it. You had to pay for it. So
Wow.
I know Carbide Creates got a new, like a 3D-ish V carving.
Russ Meadows says it hasn't went up. It's always been $2,000. Okay, I don't remember. It's been so long since I've had it for so long. I couldn't remember. But I do know this much: you can get. I think back in the day, you could get the free version and use it, and I did. Oh, I take that back. No, it wasn't that you could get a free version. I had a friend that had a hacked version and gave it to me, and I used it for a while, and I really, really, really liked it. But the hacked version had its limitations. It wouldn't do certain things or whatever. But anyway, to make a long story short, I liked it so much that I went ahead and bought it, the real true version. But yeah, that's what it was. It was, I'm not going to mention his name, but he said, hey, if you want Aspire, I've got a hack version. So he sent it to me to try and use. And I was impressed.
Aspire.
Did this person live in California?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yes, they did live in California.
Yeah.
You can upgrade VCarve Pro for the difference in price, $1,300. Yes, that's another thing. Actually, they have several different. They've got Cut 2D products. They've got Cut 2D, VCarve, and Aspire. So let's say that I buy VCarve, which let's see how much VCarve is. $149 for VCarve. So what you can do is, let's say that I want to buy Aspire, you can. They will take the $349 since you own VCarve off the $1,995, and you just have to pay the that price. You don't have to pay the whole. Yeah, so that's pretty nice that they do that. So you say, you download VCarve Pro and you use it for a year or so, and you go, I want to upgrade to Aspire. Well, they'll take that price right off of it. So that's very nice.
Yeah.
Heirloom Game Call says, I use Carve. How do you say that? CARVECO.
Carveco Maker.
Carco, okay, Maker. And it's $15 a month. That's not bad.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, and
I haven't either.
Yeah, it's really good. It does all the carvings that he does. I'll put a link out there because I think for $15 a month, it's worth something.
Well, it's like Tinkercad. Y'all told me about Tinkercad, and I've used Tinkercad, and I really like it. And it's a free program. It's actually on the internet, but I've made a few things myself. Here, I got to show you one I designed and made.
Brian, just looking at the website's main page, it looks like a pretty cool program.
It does, doesn't it? It looks like it carves some really neat stuff too.
Yeah.
I made this STL
tool holder.
Yeah, a tool holder in Tinkercad. It holds I call it a putty knife, and then it holds the cutters. It actually I hold two putty knives. One can go here, one can go here, and then it holds two sets of cutters. And then I did a SD card holder, and I glued it with super glue to the middle right here. So I've got an SD card holder on the other one. This one was the closest one to me. And then for all my SD cards, and then this one sits over with my ender.
For all the SD cards I've known.
Yep. So I thought that, and I was struggling with what's the main big program that everybody uses for
Fusion 360.
Yeah. I was struggling with Fusion for some reason. I was having problems learning it, and
I have problems every time I use it, and I keep using it.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever looked at FreeCAD?
Yes, I got FreeCAD downloaded years ago, and if we ever get in a jam and they discontinue or make you pay for Tinkercad or the other ones, I have FreeCAD on 3 computers ready to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, so
it's a Linux free.
Yeah,
Very powerful.
I was struggling with Fusion, and I went and used Tinkercad. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Tinkercad.
And
Yep.
I picked right up on Tinkercad without any problem.
Yeah, it's a nice program.
I got that
Stuff to work with it.
I mean, even if they made you pay for it, I would pay for Tinkercad. As long as it wasn't, outrageous. If they wanted to do like $15 a month or whatever, I would pay for it. So
Al's got one.
Oh, geez, get a room, guys. Gosh.
Oh yeah, cool. Well, this one I was sitting there, and I always lay this stuff down. I can't find it, and I would got tired of laying my little clippers, down, and looking for my putty knife, my scraper, and so I said, "By George, I'm going to get on Tinkercad. I'm going to make me one." So I made this one, or I made the other one, and then when I got through, I was like, "Man, I could put SD card holder in the center of this." And I put all my SD cards in there, and I could find them. They're not laying all over the place. So I made the SD card holder and glued it on to the top of that. And then I made this one for I liked it so well, I made the second one and this one sits over with my little Ender.
I like that.
Yeah, Goran. Ender 2, Ender 3, version 2 or version 3, which I don't remember what it is. But I've had that for several years, and I still use it. I set it up the other day to make these little, and I think I told y'all guys that, to make these little sharks that I give to the kids at church.
Baby shark.
Shark. Yep, that's what I sing when I give it to them. Baby shark, doo 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 doo. Baby shark, doo 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 doo. Baby shark, doo 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 doo.
I'll be hearing that song in my head all night. I'm coming after you.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Daddy shark, doo 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 doo. Daddy shark, doo 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 doo. But anyway, so I make these and give to them any of the kids. Sometimes they're having some problems or they're acting up or whatever, and I talk to them and I give them one of these little sharks. So,
hey Dan, Ingy wanted to know who has good deals on 12x12 scroll saw packs. The place I was getting mine got torched.
A place the other day. I'll get back to you, Dan, on that. I'm on one of the scroll saw things on Facebook. And they came on and they were giving away free sample packs of their products. And I went and looked at their prices, and their prices really weren't that bad. They were pretty good. So I will get with you. I don't remember the name of it, but I got it in my on my other computer. I've got the information, and I'll get with you on Facebook, or I'll email you, Dan, and give you that information. But I ordered one of they are going to send me one of their free packs of samples to try for the scroll saw. And I'm planning on not only using them for the scroll saw, if I like them, I'm using them for the laser too.
Yeah. You can do both. That's what's neat about it.
Yep. So that's the reason they're sending me a free sample pack so I can look at them. Or look at it.
I've got a question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
There's some 12x12 wood that you buy out there on Amazon. When you're scrolling, you always not you always, and this is an incremental, but you always want to use Baltic birch plywood, right?
Yes, that's the best.
What's the difference between that and basswood?
Baltic basswood is actually a solid wood, just like oak or mahogany or whatever. It's not put together, so to speak. Baltic birch is actually layers, and just like you would make any kind of plywood. But it's also very nice wood that's put together on the outside layers. Now you can get in Baltic birch, you can get one side's good and one side has knot holes in that, but they filled them. They're not, open knot holes. Or you can get both sides good. Like, let's say you want to make like a mirror image thing, so you can get both sides good. Now, the both sides good is more expensive than the one-sided, but Baltic birch is just a very, very good plywood for scrolling. It actually sucks as far as cutting on a laser because there's so many layers and the glue they use, the laser just does not like it to cut through.
The reason I ask is because you probably can't see this. Well, I guess if I put it, but anyway, this I think is basswood, and it's exactly what you mentioned. It looks like it's got. I'm just going to call it a foam core.
No, that's not basswood.
Well,
that is not basswood. Basswood is a solid wood.
It is, but it looks like it. It looks like
it looks like a foam core. Okay,
it's not. See, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, you can. If you want to know the differences, go to Hobby Lobby, or any of those hobby or your hobby store, and they have basswood in there for carving. The reason they use it for carving is because it is such a soft wood that it's very, very easy to carve.
And that's my point. It seemed like it cut well. And it was basswood is what I'm saying. It was basswood.
Okay. Yeah, basswood would cut very well on it. Yeah,
looks great
on the basswood, and actually put an indent.
Yeah.
Well, I know what you're saying, but this doesn't. I know exactly what you're saying. When you go to Hobby Lobby and get basswood there, it's really soft. But this stuff was basswood. Let me see if I can find the Amazon deal where I made the purchase.
But maybe it's basswood plywood. Maybe it has basswood on the outside layers and something in the center. Well, because I know true basswood is a wood just like oak, mahogany, spruce, pine. It's an actual wood, and it's solid wood, but it's like cork. You know how soft cork is and how they peel it off the tree? Well, basswood is a tree, and they cut it down, but it's a very, very soft wood. And like I said, if you'll notice when you go to the hobby stores, most of the time you'll find it in blocks, like 3x3 or 4x4, and probably about 6 or 8 inches long, is because it's supposed to be for carving, and it's supposed to be really easy to carve. Now, I've never used it to carve. I bought some of it and used it to make models out of when I was younger, but never did use it to carve with it because I sucked at carving. To be honest with you, so I tried carving and I was like, "Yeah, this ain't for me." So
Glenn said that his Ace Hardware store carries 5x5 sheets of 1/8 inch, 3/16 quarter, and 1/2 inch. So that's what he uses for his.
Oh, really? My Ace Hardware does not carry it.
I gotta go check that out. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I know without a shadow of a doubt because I go in there all the time, and it's a Mulberry Ace Hardware. It's I come out of my neighborhood and hit 60 and go straight into Mulberry. It's right there, so I can be there in 10, 12 minutes at the most. And I know that they don't carry it.
Al, that's what I get too.
Yeah.
Now what I do is I have my local lumber, hardwood lumber and millworks. They don't have 1/8 inch, but they have 1/4 inch Baltic birch plywood in 4x8 foot sheets, not 5x5. They've got 4x8 foot sheets. And I buy the 4x8 foot sheets and cut them down
Yeah.
Usually either to a 4x4 or a 2 foot by 2 foot, and that's what I use because it's cheaper to buy it like that. Now,
Yeah, no
before
kidding.
they went out of business, or wasn't that they went out of business? I think the one of the owners died. It was a husband and wife, but they used to sell Baltic birch plywood and other exotic woods, and I used to buy from and clock parts, and I used to buy from them all the time because I liked them. And I would buy their 2 foot. Was it 2 foot by 2 foot? Yeah, I think it was 2 foot by 2 foot Baltic birch plywood from them, and they would ship it to me. But like I said, I stayed with them because they were just nice people. I can't even think of their names right now, but it was a
I
husband
know who
and
you're
wife.
talking about. I bought some clock parts from them.
Yeah, they had clock parts, and they sold scroll saw blades. Yep, they sold scroll saw blades.
Was it Bear Woods?
No, it wasn't Bear Woods.
I don't remember now.
I bet you Steve Good will remember if I was to ask him.
So Len actually figured it out. It does have a center to it, and it's right on the deal. I didn't even notice. It's basswood surfaces with a middle of aspen wood layer in the center. So
I told you.
Yeah.
I told you.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I told you it was outside was basswood and the inside was something else.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I was telling you. It feels like it's got something in the middle. but it's right on the ad, too.
But basswood is really soft all the way through. Chris, did you raise your hand?
No, I was just changing the light.
Yeah, right.
The light changes.
I thought you were raising your hand like you're in school.
Nope.
Basswood is real soft, and you can.
Yeah.
In fact,
you can actually.
It's very dense. That's why it's good to carve.
In the ad, it actually shows them kind of. I'm going to say filleting it a little bit to where that top layer is coming up, and they're making an image of what a bird or something. I didn't notice exactly what it was, but.
And I was y'all a couple of weeks ago when we were in Biloxi. Donna came to help me. We had a show down there with the embroidery. This is one of the designs let's see if I can get it right.
Cool.
This is one of this one is 350,000 inches.
And it's going to be auctioned what? It's going to be given away what, Mary? It's going to be sold what?
It's like, I did give some away when I did shows, and this is another one. When she comes to help, let's go and get this. When she comes
to 300, the other one was 350,000 stitches. Did you say?
Yeah, this one's like 5,000.
Wow.
Yeah, but those are.
I won't do a 2 million stitch one.
How long does it take to make the lion? Or the
one, this one took, wait, let me get that up there right. This one took, and we used, I can't remember, maybe 15 colors. And it took about 6 hours.
Wow, that's fast.
That's not that bad for something like that.
No, it ain't. I was thinking like a day.
Yeah, me too.
I can make it drag out. And then we also just did, I was just going to show you all a little bit, like this is some of the chenille. Oh, let me get that turned.
From the O'Connor line?
So the one on this side is chain stitch, and I probably can't get it close enough for y'all to see it, but the other one is actually chenille. So those are...
Explain what chenille is.
Chenille, okay. Well, maybe y'all are different. Here in Texas, no, y'all got to have them too. Everybody's got those jackets. They have those Letterman's jackets and stuff for the colleges and everything else.
Sure.
And chenille is that, it's that puffed up. It's like
it's what they make the letter out of.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And it actually threads from the bottom. The thread comes up from the bottom and pulls it up. Is how it does it. You got some of the other ones, Donna?
when you were saying Chanel, I was thinking of the perfume, that expensive
Yeah,
perfume.
Chanel number 5. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Chanel number 5. I got a Chanel number 5. It's a
grab one right quick.
I
channel
was
lock.
thinking of Chenille O'Connor, but Chenille O'Connor doesn't have all that fuzz. You know, it's kind of bald headed, I guess. Is she still alive? Didn't
Oh,
she-
you remember this? You remember the song Love Potion number 9?
Yeah.
Did she just die?
Donna probably has some, but
Okay, like this.
same thing. But you did it in different colors.
Okay.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
she
I
died
see
the 23rd or the 26th of July.
Now that's the front right here. Look, dog. Okay, that's the front. That's the back. You have no bobber.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It works. This way is just flat. To where this way sticks out.
Wow.
It's
Like
like
it.
Letterman's jackets when they do the letters on there. That's the Chanel.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like it.
It's been almost a year, Russ. She died July
Really?
26th, 2023.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys go to that place on the east side of Keesler Air Force Base when you were in Biloxi? They got that real old quilting machine in there.
Where
I
is
thought I
that?
told Donna about it.
Do what?
Did you go to that fabric / quilting store on the
When
east
I
side
got
of
there with Mary, I
Keesler?
told her about it, but we didn't have a chance of the time before
Oh,
that.
okay.
When you told me, yes, I did. Shame on you. $400 or $500
yeah.
later, I walked out of
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I remember now. Yeah. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Oh, the one where
Did you
got
go in the back and see that old machine they got though?
Oh yeah, they got. I mean, I walked through the whole thing.
Yeah, that machine's something.
The fabrics they got there, you can't necessarily find other places.
Yep. Yeah. Glennis seems to find those stores everywhere we go. Oh, you can't find this anyplace else. You can't find this anyplace else.
Yeah.
All right.
But you
whatever.
know, even they didn't have the real tree camo. I cannot find. I'm trying to find. Now I found some little ones at Walmart finally that I just grabbed. Like they had 6 of them, so I grabbed all of them. Because Mark wants another one of them little man purse things with the real tree camo.
Where did I get that at?
A man purse.
That's what I call a man purse. It's like, what we use for the casino. It's just a little thing. It's just big enough to where it'll hold your cigarettes, your lighter, your ID, your money for like going, my case, a casino, or going to a craft store, whatever. You can have this little, and it just hangs around your neck. Because he has this thing where he has no butt. So, like, he puts stuff in his pocket and his pants just fall down. So he needs that. Well, it's true. Don't tell him I said that because he ain't watching. I hear.
Yeah. The song goes, I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been this way since 1956.
Yep.
She looked at my palm and she made a magic sign. She said, what you need is love potion number 9. Yep.
I just listened to that the other day.
Yeah.
Yes,
By the way, Donna, thank you for that description.
But yeah, so I mean, a real tree camo is really hard. He doesn't want the one that's got the deer and the bear and all that. Just the trees. It's
Right.
and not fleece. Need cotton.
Hmm.
And right
Elsie
now
said they have it
it's super
in
hard to
Australia.
find.
Check in the Texas Quilters group, Donna, and then tell me and I'll go get it.
Check.
I hate going in
You
there.
check, you check. But I thought, beginning of hunting season, I should be able to find it then. A lot of people want that. So no, couldn't even find it then.
What was that?
With me.
Sorry, I
What's
opened up
rocking
something.
out over there?
I opened something that had music
Oh.
to it. I didn't know it did.
Chris, you're not supposed to confess to it, Chris. You're supposed to make it sound like it was Russ.
What?
There was a plane crash near Naples.
Oh wow. Really?
Looks like a private jet went down on the road on the highway.
Oh, wow.
I'm not getting a lot of news. Just that. That's all I got.
Anybody heard or?
No, there's not a lot of details yet. I'm just looking at the video.
I don't know, but if he landed on the highway, it's more than likely he did. I mean, he landed.
Well, no, the plane broke up and it's flames and
Oh,
smoke.
okay.
Yeah, that's not a landing.
Nope, that ain't a landing.
That's a crash.
They told us
Yep.
when I was getting my pilot's license, they told us any landing you can walk away from is
Yep.
a good one.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. It's 9:12 or 9:10. I'm gonna try to go. What is? Oh, is that what you're showing? Is
Yeah.
That's a real
Camel.
twist.
I found 3 of these at Walmart.
ah?
And it's like, but you know, trying to buy it by the yard and all that, you can't find them anymore.
That's why
Yeah.
you can't find it. It's camouflage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's hiding from you.
It's right.
But
Did you-
thank y'all guys for being out there tonight in the chat. I appreciate it really much. Thank y'all for being here. We're seeking for guests to be on the show. So if you want to be a guest on the show, just let me know and we'll work it out.
Or if you got somebody you know locally,
Yes, if you
who
got
watch
somebody
the
you
show and
know,
wants to be on, let us know.
let us know. If you have a person's name that you think would be good for the show, let us know. We'll make contact with them because all they can do is say no. You know, they can't do anything else except say no
That
or
is
hell
all.
no. So, but yeah, so yep, we're gonna get out of here. I'm going to try to go to church in the morning. We didn't get to go last week because of circumstances, but thank y'all all for being on here. Thank you, Chris and Al and Dixon and Mary and Jim and Donna and Paul who was here. And Donald couldn't be here tonight. He had something that he had to do, so he couldn't be here tonight. But I gave him the week off. I told him he could have the week off. So, and I wouldn't dock his pay. I wouldn't take it out of his pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to dock his pay.
What a
So,
guy.
but anyway, listen, if you're too darn busy to get out your shop and make some sawdust, you're just too darn busy. Just give me sawdust, lots of sawdust all around me and everywhere. I like it flying all around my shop and even in my beard and hair. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching and God bless.
Good night, all. Remember, you don't have to go home, but you cannot stay here.
Nope,
That's right.
you got to get
You
out.
can stay with Donna, though.
See ya.
what Chris said. Yeah, Donna will take it. No, no.